So I decided to build my own sandrail. I really never thought I could build a real sandrail, a nice one, but after watching a few of Grotto One's videos, I see that he did a lot of his stuff at home, and that just kind of got me inspired, so I started building my own. I'm a little ways into my project already, but I mean, better late than never, right? So I'll show you guys what I have so far, and I'll try to keep you guys updated with different parts. I'm in no way telling you guys how to build this sandrail. I'm just showing you guys how I'm building my videos, and different ideas I've gotten from people and kind of tweaked it a little bit and added it to my own setup. I'll start with the drive chain assembly that I have built and got machined and stuff like that. Take it apart and all that stuff. So here we go. Alright, so this is the drive chain assembly right here. I made a few mistakes on this that I probably wouldn't make if I made this the second time, but it is what it is. So basically I have a tube, a DOM tube with no weld on the inside, and then another piece of tube that goes through this tube that's shorter by 2 widths of the bearing. So 2 bearings sit pretty much flush with the outside of this tube, and they butt up against it so that it doesn't slide around inside there. So these, for now, they just slide out. But these CV joints, they're from a '98 Cherokee. I'm probably going to have to think of some kind of C-clip or set screw that tightens them and locks them in place, because they can't really slide around. Next, the entire basically like a spline shaft comes out with couplers. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see it, but basically it's 2 27 spline couplers that I bought on eBay, welded together with the piece of spline in the middle. I can show you a little bit later how I did that. So there's 5, and then on the end there's I got a piece of mild steel cut out with a ID and an OD oxycut for really cheap actually, and then I got it machined with a 5-bolt pattern, and asked him to tap it. I mean, I could have tapped it myself, but it would have been he said only extra $10 to tap them, so might as well. A tap would cost me $10 anyway. So once this sprocket comes off, I can show you guys how it all works. This sprocket is actually off a Harley Davidson, because the reason I chose it is because look how small the bolt pattern is. It's such a small bolt circle, and I don't want a big, huge bolt circle that will give me a bunch of trouble. So this is the shaft assembly. So coupler, spline, coupler, and then this is tacked on the inside for now. 27 spline on the inside of here, simple as that. And then we have, if you look at this, the bearing, actually it slides out, which is one of the changes I would have made. I would have made it a press fit, but now I'm going to have to drill 3 holes and put set screws to keep this out of the part from sliding. And also this part, I also asked them to make it a slide-on fit instead of press fit, which is another mistake I made. So I'm going to have to, tack it just a tad right there or something like that to keep it from, moving around, or maybe even tap it with a set screw on the inside with an Allen wrench. Drill tap and with a one of those L-shaped Allen wrench key, and just tighten it from the with like 1 or 2 set screws to keep it like so that the inside part of the bearing spins together with the coupler. As you can see, hold on, let me take out this bearing real quick. So it's a precision fit, so it's really hard to slide in and take out. There's that smaller tube inside of there, and it causes a little lip right there. So basically what I did is I drilled 6 holes, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and I welded it in, so now this inside piece doesn't move, and then I grinded off the excess weld on the outside. Simple as that. I mean, it's a really simple setup. I just have to figure out the sliding issue, because you really don't want these sliding out, or the CV joint sliding out, or this, you know. So I've got to figure out a way to lock this CV joint inside the couplers, and the bearings are going to be locked on the outside with 3 set screws, and then I got to figure out what I'm going to do for the inside part of the bearing to stay with the couplers. That's the only thing. But I think the set screw from the inside of the coupler will work just fine. Yeah, that's the assembly. So this is the hub assembly, you could say. This is just a mock-up. This is not how it's fully going to be yet. One thing that this is missing is 2 more little pieces of flat bar that go for the steering. But this is the upper A-arm, lower A-arm, and the brake is facing towards the front of the sandrail. Some really nice Heim joints that I got, chromoly, 3/4 rod ends. I love them. They're really nice. Stainless steel misalignment spacers, you know, got a lot of angle right there to turn. I don't know, altogether they're very good Heim joints. Same type of CV joint from the Jeep Cherokee, except this one's not cut off, the threads aren't cut off. This is a brake caliper off a Jeep Cherokee, which kind of sucks because now I have to think of some kind of a piece of flat bar that will go through this little square piece and down here, because see how this brake caliper, the brake pad moves. Bottom one doesn't move, but on the actual Jeep Cherokee itself, the hub, the cast iron hub or whatever, it has this special little feet coming out, so this doesn't move. That's how it's made. But since I'm custom fabbing on this up, I have to make my own. So basically, this brake caliper is mounted on some pieces of 3/8 thick mild steel that I got laser cut here at a shop local in Portland. You know, what else? There's, got these plasma cut at a steel yard, and then got some more pieces over here. Let me bring over one of the other assemblies, because these are definitely not hand tight and I can't unscrew these by hand. I'll bring over one of the other hubs and can show you the different parts of it. It's everything from here is from Jeep Cherokee. We the lug nuts, metric, I think M12 1.75 or something like that, maybe M10, I don't remember exactly. The brake rotor is also Jeep Cherokee. I don't know, at first what I decided with is to go with the CV joints from the Jeep Cherokee, and then I just kind of, why not use the hub from a Jeep Cherokee to find out what's going to fit. Nice big rotor right here, good enough brakes. I'm actually going to, the two front rotors are going to, all 4 rotors are exactly the same on this sandrail. So the 2 front rotors are actually going to go to the brake pedal, and the 2 rear rotors are going to go to an e-brake handle, because I have no differential, if you noticed, inside the drivetrain assembly. So here's the hub, 5-bolt pattern, 5x114, and then here's a ring that I got oxy-cut, CNC oxy-cut, and then I had it machined with a lip to clear the rotor, because without this big lip right here, I could have made the lip much smaller, but whatever. It would actually hit the rotor, and then 3-hole bolt pattern to go right inside this hub. The other one's already bolted in, but this one's not, so it makes it easier. Then I got some 6-inch pipe, so with the weld on the inside, and to clear the brake caliper, I pretty much got another piece of 6-inch pipe, welded it on the inside here, and then cut this out. The first time I did this, I actually tried to cut it, and I thought that it would stay how it is, and flip that piece over and just put it on the inside and weld it back. Well, not like I didn't know, and as soon as I cut it open, it sprung open, and it pretty much became a big old C. It's a big C, and basically an oval now, not circle. So first, what I had to do is get from another piece of 6-inch pipe, weld it in, and then cut this away with a grinder, hand grinder. So I welded this in, all the way around. I gotta finish welding that right there. Yeah, it's a pretty nice heavy duty setup, much more heavy duty than I thought it was going to be, but I mean, when I upgrade the engine, definitely won't have any problems with this kind of stuff breaking. Alright, so here's the so far what I've built from the cage. At first I designed this entire model in SolidWorks, and then kind of got all the measurements, went over to a friend's house. He has a Hydraulic Conversion JD2 Bender, and bended up the tubing, used a JD notcher, and this is what I got so far. So right now I got this piece hanging for now, but just to show you guys. So basically this is going to be notched into this bend right there. I'm actually going to cut it right about here, put a sleeve on the inside, drill it so I could weld it, and then extend it however long I need to, and notch it into right here, this bend. I'll do that soon, hopefully. This piece of crap right here, worth $70 I've ever wasted in my life. If you want a crappy bend, buy one. If you want to build something that's structural, don't buy one. Waste of money, completely. You know, these bends are really nice. You know, good bend. I mean, it's just good. These seats, I actually got some welding bungs that they were actually 1/4-20 thread, and I drilled them out, and now they're pretty sure they're 5/16 or 3/8 now, so a much bigger bolt, and they're tacked for now. I drilled the hole into the tube to have clearance so that the bolt screws in farther than the bung. I could just screw it into the tube. And the seats are mounted on rails, so you can see the bolt right there. So basically I'm just tacking this entire thing together right now, and then once it's all tacked together, the entire rail, I'll get it welded by a professional welder, because I want this thing to stay together when I'm, you know, taking huge jumps, because I'm actually putting on 14-inch travel air shocks, and then I measured the arc length, and that's actually going to give me right about 36 inches of travel. And right now, how it's sitting on these jacks, it's actually about twice as tall off the ground. So this is only about halfway of how it's actually gonna sit, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So got the rest of the metal all bent up. I don't know why this is like this, but basically, yeah, there's a bunch of tubing over here. So I'll put this together soon and make another video for you guys. It's kind of dark over here. There's no light. It's already 8 o'clock. Hey, so I haven't showed you guys this yet, but this used to be a CRF 50, tiny little dirt bike. It's for my little brother. He's 7. Completely redid it. New swing arm, new everything, new exhaust. It's sick, I believe, the brand. Life in 125cc engine. This thing is really fast, I love it. Extended front end to 2 inches or whatever, custom handlebars I made. Look at this old shock right here. Look how tiny it is, right? And check out this huge one. You can change the settings on it. It's like, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it's about right there. It's the same height. It's like 2 inches taller, and the spring is probably like double the radius, and you can pump it up with more air, lift it up, like there's threads right here, you can lift it up 2 inches. It sounds super nice, I love it. And got this little paddle tire over here for it, just came in today, so I'm gonna go out in the sand soon.